Hello, this is R.D.G for today. Another Bumblebee review. This is actually 74 Bumblebee from Revenge of the Fallen. Of course, the only reason I got this mask is because, hey, I need the mask for the other 25 Bumblebee. Link will be in the description below as well. Oh man, my throat's getting dry. Anyways, without further ado, let me just get a close look at the Bumblebee. Yeah, very nice. With 74, with Bumblebee right here. Don't look at his crotch. Just don't look. Get a closer look at Bumblebee with his battle mask. And, okay, forget that part. I know it also comes with another Sam Witwicky, so you already know about the other Sam Witwicky down in the description. So, without further ado, let's forward to another, but this time with the backdrop of the desert battle. Yeah, this is from when the Fallen found the Energon Harvester at the 3 pyramids right here. So, without further ado, let's just... I know there's separate Bumblebee versions, but I chose this one because I don't know. Let's just get to Bumblebee.
3:28 a.m.
Okay, so here's Bumblebee, and let's just say this Bumblebee looks he looks different. Because I know I say that almost every one of them, but this Bumblebee is another variation of a series of Bumblebees I've had throughout my whole series of toy reviews. So here we go with another Bumblebee. So of course this Bumblebee comes with its own Sam Witwicky. Of course I kind of wondered why keep having Sam, because all Sam's doing is yelling Bumblebee and Optimus's name. It just feels, I don't know, it just feels pathetic. Because to me, I kind of like Kate Yeager better than Sam. And yes, I had to say it because at this point, I'm not in the mood for any bullshit right now, because I'm sorry for laughing, but it's not because of that. It's because I was having a bad day until I saw the latest South Park episode, and it's a hilarious scene, especially with Donald Trump in bed with Satan. I'm sorry, it's just too funny, because it's too funny. This is South Park's way of saying F you, Donald Trump. You know what? Hold on. Oh, imagine a hashtag saying hashtag F you Trump. That would be... I mean, I feel like... Am I the only one who's hearing this, or is it... I don't know. If you're a Trump supporter, at least, just unsubscribe if you're a Trump supporter. But if you are not a Trump supporter, subscribe and like the video. And leave a comment down below so people can hear, so South Park can get this. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Okay, let me just continue with this Bumblebee review, so while I'm talking about South Park. So, the other accessory Bumblebee has is his stinger. And yes, it looks kind of half-assed, and it looks like a ball of plastic, which it is, but it just feels flat and unfinished. It just looks toyetic. Of course, all you have to do is just bring Bumblebee's arm right here. Of course, you have to slide it in like this, and wow, boom. You got Bumblebee with his stinger. But of course, the reason I wanted this Bumblebee is because I wanted the faceplate. And look at this. Look at the faceplate. Looks badass. Now, of course, throughout the video, I'm going to have to bring out some other Bumblebees aside from size comparison, I have a theory, just a theory, over one thing. But we're going to have to continue with this video. The painting and the sculpting on the Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee with the battle mask looks absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, the battle mask and the painting, it looks great, but there's some downfalls. So this version of Bumblebee is from Revenge of the Fallen. So, of course, supposedly this Bumblebee was supposed to look like this. So, let's just say this Bumblebee, it looks great. It actually looks fine. More than fine. I kind of love the detailing they installed with silver gray. Mostly on the crotch, of course, the joke. But mostly it's because of the shoulders and the forearms. Mostly like the whole arm, because you can actually see some shiny gray textures on it. And it really gives it a pop. Now, of course, the hands, they could have, and the forearms right here, it could have been better. Same with same with his abs and the leg. Before you this part looks extremely flat. You just need to, but of course, nobody cares because this will be in the way. And of course, nobody will look at the back because, that looks horrendous. Not as horrendous as Trump. Oh man, because Trump is going extremely downhill for him here. Not as downhill as the feet, because the feet they look so tiny. Like, come on, look at how tiny these are. It's like they're so flimsy, like they can just break it open. Unlike Trump. So, of course, I've seen the latest South Park episode, and my God, they weren't holding back. And it's 1 out of the 50 consecutive episodes on this season. So, we're going to be expecting a lot more from them. So, oh my God, this will be extremely, extremely agitating for Trump because he can't sue Paramount. And he can't even sue AI for creating AI generated videos. Because he can't do jack shit about any of that. Of course, yeah, immigration, everything else, yeah, he can. And even Scotland called him an American dictator. Because, wow, the American dictator one, it looks funny. But what I kind of like is mostly the face sculpt. Now, of course, I know that every version of Bumblebee except the Clunker Bumblebee, it never had the battle mask to begin with. So, here we got a closer look at the battle mask version this is a battle mask version of Bumblebee. So, kind of like the chest plate and all, makes it look extremely accurate, except that one little paint chip I got. Let me just see if it's a paint chip or... yeah, that is probably a paint chip, but... I'm gonna have to at least bring out two Bumblebees, like the 2007 Clunker Bumblebee, and hold on, and the current Bumblebee. So let me just put this on, just for the hell of it, just to compare it. We're just gonna have to pop his head off, if possible. We're gonna have to try to pop it open so we could get the... Okay, that looks fucked. Just to get this little thing out. Look at it. It looks horrific and all. But we're going to experiment it by replacing it from this Bumblebee. Now, of course, it's a ball joint, so we're just gonna have to plug it in and... Okay, come on. Ooh, sweet. You can actually do that. Sweet. So now this Bumblebee is battle ready with his battle mask. That is badass. But we're not stopping from there. We are going to continue forward with another. So let's just pop this open again. And put this back in. Come on. Okay. Yeah. And then we're going for the current Bumblebee. We need to pop his head open like this and bring this back in. Like that. Like this. And ooh. Now this looks nice. That looks absolutely beautiful. Leave it in the comments down below what you think of this Bumblebee being for the battle mask. Cause this, it looks amazing. It looks like it could. Cause this, it completes Bumblebee. This completes Bumblebee. I wanted to know why. Like, of course, like in the clunker Bumblebee version, let's bring this Bumblebee out. Of course, you could just pop open his face, like, yeah, like that. Of course, back then it was horrific to simply have like eyes darted like this, and an eyeless shit, and to have an eyeless like socket where Bumblebee's face used to be. Yeah, that looks that looks horrific. So I guess that kind of makes sense and all, but that could have been at least, that was a wasted opportunity. I mean, come on. But what are we gonna do now? Because all I need to do, well, let's just say this. Leave it in the comments below. What do you guys think of this? About this version of Bumblebee's battle mask with the others. So of course we're gonna have to put these all together in a separate time. But right now we'll just have to continue with this Bumblebee. But first I'm gonna have to put the head back. Give me a sec. Okay, I was able to get Bumblebee's battle mask in place. But let's continue with talking about more other stuff. Because at this point, I'm not trying to be politicians and all, but Trump's a fucking asshole. That's all I have to say. He's an asshole, and he's getting all the shit that everyone deserves, that he deserves. Because at this point, people are gonna have to attempt another assassination on Trump. But I'm not gonna stop. But at the end, let's go on to the news. Not the politician news, but the news that we all want to hear. So the news is we're getting new Studio Series figures. And I enjoy it, because one of them is supposed to be like a repaint, well, more like a repaint, or at least a retool of Optimus Prime from The Last Knight, which is supposed to be Nemesis Prime. And I gotta say though, I don't even know which to get. And the other one will be I think it was, no, not a Titan, but a Commander class version of Grimlock. Of course, I have the Leader class Grimlock, so I might need to get that Grimlock for a bigger size, and also to see which is gonna, if the Titan class Grimlock would be a better figure for that Grimlock compared to the current one I have. So let's just skip all of that. Well, not skip, just let's all get forward to posability. Obviously, this Bumblebee has a swivel, and of course it's a ball jointed head where you can swivel side to side and look up. Well, not much up, but you can look down, or at least not. At least that's decent. A decent head nod. At least it's what people would say. So yeah, that's kind of decent. Of course, he cannot do a full 360 because of the butterfly joints on his back, which, yeah, it looks kind of weird compared to the other Bumblebees I've had in the past. Of course, it has also a visible ball joint which you can bend the knee, well, the arm, but no swivel at the wrist, but it can do a swivel at the arm. The leg can go kick that far. Take a knee like this. Of course, the waist swivel was meant to be a transformation thing, but having the waist swivel at least limited, and at least like having this part being like, though, so freaking flimsy, it looks like you're gonna break it at any time. And that's a down shame compared to the other Bumblebees. Like, why? Just why? And finally, he can pivot like this, but I don't know if it's part of the transformation or not. But I don't know. That we'll have to discuss later. Who knows when? But he can also do a good spread. Let's just say that's a good spread so far. So, I guess that's all for the size, at least the comparison for posability. So for the posability for this version of Bumblebee is relatively good. And I gotta say though, it looks actually nice. So this is kind of it for the Studio Series Bumblebee, but of course the posability is not. I mean, it's good and yet bad at the same time. I just don't know what to say since I'm acting like Trump when he just said relax. I'm basically reenacting Trump's excuses. So we're just gonna finish it off with some size comparison. So, of course, since Bumblebee's at Deluxe, we're going to continue the trend with more Bumblebees. So to start the trend, we're just gonna have to do with B127, including my recent toy review, the N.E.S.T version, well, at least the N.E.S.T camo of Bumblebee. Of, well, no, it's just the off-road Bumblebee with repaints. Here we got World War II Bumblebee. We got the Clunker Bumblebee. The old 2007 Camaro Bumblebee, which was from the opening scene of Transformers. And finally, we got the current from the last night. So that is it for size comparison. So we're going to start the transformation. Now, of course, this transformation will be a bit of a pain at first, but it will continue to be a bit satisfying. And I'll see you guys once the transformation is complete.
3 weeks later.
And here we got the Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. And I must say, this is very sleek. It looks so amazing. Yeah, and also the under kibble, it looks kind of messed up, but overall, this looks amazing, sleek. It's perfect. It looks fast. It screams Speed Demon in it. Of course, it's not like Fast and Furious Speed Demon, but you'll get the drift because it's freaking Transformers, and Michael Bay and the Bayfers wants cool ass cars for each of the Transformers. And I must say, this looks amazingly great. Of course, we get to see some headlights, a lot of the coloring with dented windows, a lot of paint that needs to be painted, like the license plate, the Camaro symbol right in the back, and everything else. It looks great. It needs a bit of desert look, well, desert paint job, like from the final battle of, well, the final battle in Egypt. So this version of Bumblebee is clean. It looks great. And I gotta say though, it may be small, but it can roll. Roll. Yeah, it can roll like that. So, this Bumblebee looks freaking badass. So, of course, we're gonna have to bring back Sam Wiki to compare this because, yeah, apparently this is a second Bumblebee with, as I said before, with a second Sam Witwicky figure. Well, human figure. Kind of, they should have at least like swapped that out with Michaela instead, like Megan Fox instead. So, hey, we only got what we got, and this is kind of the only Sam figure we got here. Now, of course, for weapon storage, we bring back Bumblebee's blaster, and of course, we come to the back, and this has got to be one of the stupidest vehicle, well, weapon deals yet, because if you plug it here, it just looks like a jumbled hall of mess in the back. It looks bad. So I refuse to have it in it, and just leave it like this for a sleek, fast appearance. Although, come to think of it, this version of Bumblebee kind of looks like the vehicle mode from Bumblebee in Transformers Prime. Am I crazy, or is it just me? Anyways, this Bumblebee, let's just say this Bumblebee is very, very, very fast and looks very, very badass. And I have nothing else to say. That it may need some detailed paintbrush, well, paint dry brushing, and a bit of a worn out look, but other than that, this Bumblebee looks great. So to finish off this video, we are going to finish with some size comparison at last. Okay, so here we got B127, World War II Bumblebee, the off-road N.E.S.T Bumblebee, the Clunker well, I think it is the clunker Bumblebee, the 2007 classic Camaro Bumblebee, and finally we got the current Bumblebee. And I gotta say though, I don't know which is better. Leave down in the comments to see which version of Bumblebee is your favorite in the Bayverse or the Nightverse or whichever Transformers movie you watch. And which vehicle mode of Bumblebee do you like, and which vehicle mode do you want Bumblebee to see transform into? So this is it for this Bumblebee, and I must say, this has got to be one of the great ones to date. So that is it for Bumblebee. And of course, the instructions for this Bumblebee, of course, as a final thing, is, yeah, it's a bit odd. Because, let's just be honest though, this Bumblebee, oh, he's just jolting off. So, I kind of like this version of Bumblebee with his vehicle mode like this. So, this is it for Bumblebee at last. But stay tuned for next week, because next week is another toy review, like the other and another and another and another. And man, I am close. This has got to be the 93rd episode of toy hunting. No, toy reviews. So, I'm a little out of breath. And I hope you all like this video. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Hope you all destroy the subscribe button. Share this video so everyone can see how great this is. And perhaps maybe in this video you can at least put hashtag FU Trump. Because that's something South Park needs. Because like I said, I can imagine any of those 50 episodes where Trump would be like in bed with Saddam. That would be even worse. Or even masturbate to a picture of Hitler. That would be fucked. So, I am it for politics because I am not a politician. And yet, I'm just somebody who's doing YouTube for the hell of it. So, I hope you all love this video, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok so you don't miss another video or any updates. And I'll see you all in the next episode. So, this is R.D.G, and this is my final transmission.